I left some food over the oven and the whole house almost was on fire. And again, I felt like a message. You should be dead or you could be dead. You should be dead or you could be dead. And I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what is the message? And at this moment I felt it. Like I was going really to slide into material life so fast. And during this time, it was like beginning of 84, 85. I bought a house in upstate in a small village called Pine Bush, New York, which is approximately a couple of hours north of New York City. And I moved there with a new job, new title. But dunya was going too fast. And in my heart, like no contentment of the status of dunya. And I want you to clear about that. No contentment of the status of dunya, meaning I was not happy. I have cars, house, money, status, getting married, anything anybody can imagine. But deep inside my soul was empty. Empty, insecure. And the more I gain, the more insecurity I have in my side. And I start, even at this time, like spend some time alone. Because my house was in the front of a mountain. And I can spend some time without, I do not see nobody. And I start calling Allah, please help me out. What is the message? What you want to tell me? And during this time, I hate my status of dunya. It's growing too fast, but I hate it. And this was building up.
So you were married, owned your own house, had a good job, well paying, had many experiences in life, and had, we could honestly say, almost like the old American dream. An immigrant comes to this country, works hard, gets a break, and has all the luxuries that a man needs. Now, at what point, after you started feeling the feelings of emptiness and the feelings of dunya, what changed?
My roots inside of my heart, many times from my childhood, I went in a roller coaster between dunya and akhirah, between material life and the journey of iman, to be closer to Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I believe He calling me. Every time I drift, He really calling me by His own way, by His ultimate wisdom. And He make me realize in the right time. It's not me, it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. By this way, I never was really into style of life. I had it, but I do not love it, I do not enjoy it. By this way, I believe by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I went back to my roots. The roots belong to Iman. And when I start having a family, I look for environment. I look for anybody to make me closer to Allah. I look for any religious people. And I keep looking, and it was very tough. At this moment, I meet one person who lead me to another person who asked me advice, or he give me advice. And he tell me, you have two options in this life. Either you join good people, or you generate the environment of good people, but don't be staying alone. At this moment, I start searching, gather my knowledge again, start developing myself, call it awareness and awakeness of my soul and my journey of Iman and my journey of knowledge. At this time, I used to go to one masjid in Wappinger Falls, New York, and I used to be very quiet. I do not talk. And little by little, people asked me to talk, and people asked me to come to their houses and talk for them. And little by little, my journey of da'wah started.
What was the reaction of the people in your life when this journey began, as far as friends, loved ones, co-workers, neighbors? What was the reaction of the Ahmed MOAIT before and the Ahmed MOAIT beginning his journey?
All of a sudden, they called me crazy. Something happened to you. Somebody did something to you. And little by little, I become alienated. But this alienation, I like it, because I discover the majority of people around me was fake. Everybody know me for a meal, for a company, for a weekend, for happy hour, for whatever you call it. But all of them has one thing in common. They were not real. It's fake. And once you develop the journey of Iman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changes your eyeglasses. He gives you a new lens, a lens you can see whom is what. And at this time, not by me, only by Allah, He make Iman beloved to me. He make the journey of Iman is beloved to me more than anybody else. And I realize my journey of Iman, I should cherish it, value it above anybody in my family, or even in my own wife and kids. I felt at this time everybody use me as a consumer. They're consuming from me whatever they want. But I ask myself what I'm producing. And one day, I was coming from work in the middle of the day, because sometimes I work at night, third shift, and a big, huge trailer coming from a farm. And I used to look in the trailer. It's a huge, it's almost brand new, but coming from the farm. What it carry? To rent a trailer like that is a lot of money. And I found out it could carry manure. It carry the cow stuff. And I said to myself,